Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be going over our monthly final games in the quarterfinals against EXO free agents, which consists of Cursed, Yoshi, and Waddy. So a really good team, and it is in the best of 3 format. The bans as well for this were Byron, Ruffs, Stu, and Mr. P. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Right, guys, hopping into the first game. So best of 3, Snake Prairie. This is one thing I know I didn't really agree with off the get-go just for both teams. Like, Snake Prairie is a really rough map to start off on, but both teams going for the traditional Bow, Tara, Rosa combination. You've got 3 Rosa gadgets, 3 slows, and you've got 3 Tara visions. So we get a good start. We actually just, well, we got the mid-star much better than those guys. So both teams just going straight away for the supers, as you can see. So I'm just going to leave the spectator actually here because it keeps flickering up and down. So as you can see, the main thing with this strategy is you get a Rosa super, and they're always going to be leading the charge to tank the Tara pools, to tank any damage, and then normally you get the Tara to actually sweep up for the aftermath. So once Rosa's super's actually gone, you can then actually get her down. So you see here, what should have happened is Casey goes straight towards the Tara, and he would have actually been able to get the kill, and then maybe being able to trade out the kill on Curse. But literally, they just team up to us. That was just awful coordination from us. I feel like everything we trained on just really didn't happen. All of us just going down there really wasn't what we intended. As I said, that could have just been so much sweeter. The main thing on defense as well on Snake Prairie, you've got to get the Rosa on the Tara, because there's no way a Tara can kill a Rosa, especially with shield, and unfortunately just didn't go the way we planned. So again, probably a little bit too rushed here. After I think we just lost a bit of composure. Should have really waited and gone up as a team, but again, we're still in an okay position. I think if we 5-8, yeah, if we get a full team wipe, we're going to be winning, but we're backs against the wall here. Really panicked, as I said. So Casey's going to be leading the charge again with the Rosa. We don't really know where the Tara is, so Tom's just trying to be careful, scout around. So just get a nice kill on the on Yoshi there, but Curse just doing an amazing job of just time wasting. There's no way we're going to be able to come back in that one. So we take the first game of Snake Prairie right there. Let's hop into the next game. All right, guys, jumping into the next game of Snake Prairie. So again, I've not really watched any of these back. I've took a few hours to myself. I'm still watching the finals right now, so I'm recording a mid game. I think SK Gaming versus Co-Magic Run right now. But anyway, we picked the Gene pick because Gene can be a really good counter to Rosa. As you can see here, Curse pushes me, but I know I can take him down, and I have got Gadget to push him back. So now we've got the lead. This is really what we wanted, and the kill on Waddy. So a perfect start from us, just how we had planned. It's easy to come back, especially if we don't allow them to get the supers. Gene could just go so aggro and actually deal a lot of damage, which is surprising to the enemy team. So again, we've got the mines down the right hand side. That's going to perfectly break that hand lane. There's nothing that they can really do. And as long as you got Casey and Tom watching down the left, it shouldn't be too bad. So Tom actually pressuring up quite a lot here. I go for the pull, which doesn't look that far away. They kind of waste it, and they do realize that I do use it, and they can just charge us up. So probably a little bit too aggressive with that Gene pull. So Tom baiting out the Rosa. Don't think it's long enough to actually catch him out. Casey goes into it. Yeah, that didn't really matter, because as long as me and Tom got that killer on Rosa, but it just really didn't look coordinated, because Curse went in on his own. You never want to do that on Snake Prairie, literally ever. You want to be coordinated as a team, and now it's just down to me to stay alive. I've got 4 stars. I've got the blue star as well. So Casey and Tom, either one of them can die, but not both. So that's what we're calling out together. Again, they're going to be going up here. So notice a lot of the time, Tara just go in the open. So Yoshi's just going here. Maybe Tom could have gone aggro on the Tara here, but he's just sitting back for the Rosa. I've got Gene Pool here, so Curse is going to be going in on the Tom. I was kind of stuck in 2 minds on who to go for here. I wasn't really sure where Tara was. Yoshi just goes down. I try and get the pull on Curse again, just barely missing on the pull. So really unfortunate circumstances there, and people like obviously saying like, how didn't Spen hit those pulls? But you got to realize there's grass everywhere. I don't know for sure where these people are. And yeah, I felt like criticism just really wasn't warranted there, because we got really unlucky in that second game. The first game, we played it badly, but that second game, we should have won that. It's just unfortunate. Let's hop into the next set. Right, guys, so jumping into the first game. So in these games, there was actually 2 draws. So I'm going to still commentate over them, because it's some good gameplay. So we have got the Crow and the Max combination with the 8-bit, which, to be honest, they've probably got the better comp. You may be thinking, like, what are these combinations? The Crow the 8-bit, the Sprout, but a lot of times in scrims at the moment, there's been Overgrowth Sprout used a lot because that, as everyone knows, that Sprout and 8-bit combination, I think the Sprout can do like 2k damage per shot in that 8-bit turret, especially if you're just standing behind that wall every time. There's not much you can do. And the main reason people go it is because 8-bit and Crow are so good against tanks. A lot of people like to use Poco, Mortis, BB on this map, or really aggressive combos, and that 8-bit turret and the Crow slow is just an amazing counter to it. That's why you're seeing this. So it's a weird combo. In scrims, I think, like, I've seen EXO use the combat they're using, and they've won every single game with it, just proving how good of a comp it is against so many different combos. So we did expect them to go back, but so our thinking here is we really shouldn't be going to aggro. As long as we're not letting them push us back into the wall, we should be okay. Our thinking is that we've got to last until OT, because obviously Sprout isn't the best in overtime. Well, a throw isn't best in overtime. When he's got that overgrowth, he actually isn't the worst either. So Yoshi with a really nice wall, he starts to go aggressive. Maybe I should just focus a little bit more fire onto the Yoshi so that he doesn't push up. But it doesn't really matter anyway. It didn't get any value with that wall. So we're looking in a good spot. Only 1 minute left on the clock, and as long as we run down the time, it should be okay. So I get some nice taps on Cursed. Casey making Cursed really low, but again, I felt like we went a little bit too aggro there. I felt like we definitely shouldn't have gone in, because we're running into a Crow inside of an 8-bit turret, and he's just going to tap it. It's the same with an 8-bit. They're just wanting us to get the pressure, so us going in there really did hurt us, because now they can set us up in a spawn trap, and there's basically no way of getting it out, especially when they've got a Sprout and an 8-bit just sitting there the entire time. We do actually get YE out there, so we do get a good manage a good job of breaking it, but most of the time they should be getting that. So Casey going in there so close to actually getting that in. If I would have passed that a little bit earlier, I think we would have scored, but I didn't realise the opportunity, so that was probably my bad that we didn't get the goal there. So now going into overtime, it's going to be a really tense game here. A lot on the line. We really didn't want to lose this one. So I'm just going to keep my pressure. I've got another 8-bit turret, which I do place a little bit more aggressively, which I probably shouldn't have, to be honest. I think I remember Tom or someone calling VC to put another one further up. I do get a kill on YD there, if you didn't see. I did jump in and got some nice beams on him. So again, in a decent position, but I haven't got my 8-bit turret, which really cost us. Should have just left the other one in the back. Cursed makes an aggro one, but that was way too aggro. That just gets beamed down straight away there. Sprout again taking down my 8-bit turret. That's what one thing Sprout's really good at, because it only takes 3 shots to take down the 8-bit turret. YD with some good pressure, but we're able to pinch him down. Tom goes down, and they've got an insane amount of pressure here. I have no idea how they didn't actually score here. Look at this, just so close. Casey manages to clutch up on like 120 HP. Nice jump from Tom, and yeah, that's going to be all she wrote. So that's going to end a draw, because there's no way either team can actually score here. As you can see, I've got my turret, but yeah, nothing that we can really do. Yoshi's got wall. Maybe if I save my super, I don't think we could have scored. So that's going to be a draw in the first game. Let's hop into the next one. Right, guys, heading into the next game. So first game was a draw. Real bad stalemate. No team's really doing too much. So again, we both kept with the same composition. We really felt that we might switch out. So Max was just okay in general. Casey going a little bit too aggro there, because now that what's that allowed him to do is a push up. Tom had to then in turn just push up as well, but else we'll get collapsed on. And yeah, straight away they've just got positioning. So one mistake there is we're just got to stay alive. We've got to slowly pinch and work together. Unfortunately, they just get the pressure. I get blocked out by Sprout, and then once they get that 8-bit turret behind a wall, we've got nothing that can take it down, because obviously Mr. P's banned. Sprout we didn't actually use for this one. So I think one major mistake probably was not picking this Sprout, because of how good Sprout is. With this 8-bit combination, just so good with these specific bans as well. So nothing I could really do. I was just trying to cycle my dev, trying to get my turret again, but they're going to be able to get Crow super and then jump on in. Nothing that we can do in that situation. As I said, just give ourselves no room. Literally the first play, kind of mess up that one. So max speed going off from the respawn. Probably should have switched matchups, to be honest, because Sprout can just destroy Crow like 3 shots and you're dead. The only way a Crow can deal with Sprout is with that jump, but it's just basically a complete mismatch with that one. So again, Yoshi, if you guys don't know, Yoshi is not really been known as like, he's not been on a top team last year, but now he's with Cursed and YD, 2 of the best players in the world. Yoshi on Sprout, if you guys didn't know, he's absolutely insane. He is definitely the best Sprout in the world. I've got to agree to that. I used to be a good Sprout last year, but then after watching Yoshi play Sprout, it's actually so good. So you got to give credit where credit is due. He played absolutely amazing. Again, a nice wall from him. and they're just keeping the pressure on. There's nothing they really have to do. We haven't got a comp that can really break them down. I do get a nice burst on Wadid though, so a little bit of pressure that we can able to do, but as again, they're just going in one by one. I'm going to get the good respawn, so it's going to take us so long to take them down that they're just going to perfectly respawn on enough HP. Another amazing wall by Yoshi, and that's just a theme of this game. He's just been able to get wall after wall and just basically destroy us single-handedly, because that's how good Sprout is on this map. Waddy with the jump doesn't manage to take either of us down, but again, just wasting time popping the gadget. We're both really low. It takes so long to actually start healing up when there's Crow in play as well, and there's no way we can actually score this. So that's going to be the next game of Brawl. They're currently on match point. Let's hop into the next game. All right, guys, jumping into the next game. So they've actually gone for a counter comp. They're actually really clever on this. So you'll see as soon as it loads in and we get the slows on the Poco and the BB, literally they used that gadget. I think that's the only good usage of that Poco gadget that I've seen. I've never actually seen that in scrims. So it's very interesting that they tried this, but to be honest, I don't think it's good enough. They should have still kept the other gadget. Like, I know it actually removes the slow effects from everyone, but at the same time, the healing's just going to be a lot better in my opinion anyway. And they kind of messed up that first interaction. Maybe it worked off in scrims a lot better than it did practically, and it nearly caught us off guard. I think that's one probably good thing about it. It's the fact they can keep you off guard, but they've just got no healing. If they had that healing, there's no way we're going to be able to take them down. But as you can see, we do a really good job here. Tom with the breakaway, 100 HP. I think he manages to score here. Yeah, he manages to score here. So really well played from Tom with the nice breakaway. But once you get that Eva turret, as I said, with a Sprout, with the Crow actually absolutely destroys tanks with that gadget. There's not a lot they can really do. So Curse is just going to be walking into us, which he can't really do too much because 8-bit just does an insane amount of damage. And I believe Tom does walk it in here for the win. So we're actually 1-1 in this set now. Let's hop into the next game. Right, guys, so jumping into the final game of this set. So there was a draw before this, but I thought you don't really want to see another stalemate because of how boring it can be to commentate for 3 minutes 30 seconds. Lasts for so long. So you can see here, so much on the line. Both teams going for the same comp again. So my basic thinking on this one is that I just didn't want to feed Crow at all. I didn't really care about pushing up too much. I just didn't want to feed him super. And as long as Tom was building up his super better than the Waddy's Crow, we should be in a good spot. So Overgrowth on this map as well. I didn't even know it before I played this game because, as I said, literally no one plays Overgrowth. It's probably like the third time I played Overgrowth Sprout on this map. Is that actually over the wall, the Overgrowth actually splits into it and can just shoot over walls. So you'll see it multiple times through this. You probably have already, which you just literally aim at the wall and it goes over it. I feel like that needs to be fixed. I don't get how that's even a mechanic, and I never knew it happened. So you can see here, Yoshi with his Overgrowth, he will shoot towards this 8-bit turret, and literally 3 Overgrowth shots will take down that 8-bit turret, which is just so broken. So Yoshi playing really aggressive here. You can see that Overgrowth shot hitting through the wall. Already only 2 shots now to take down that 8-bit turret, but Casey is beaming on 8-bit. It has to be said. He's playing a really good 8-bit. I do take down Waddy there. Unfortunately, we're just too low, and that's slow. If Crow didn't slow us there, we could have pressured up and actually probably managed to score. But that Crow gadget is so toxic. Literally 5 seconds slow. It's going to be the bane of our existence. So you can see here, again, both teams just not really wanting to throw the match. You can't really afford to go aggressive, mainly because, as I said, once Sprout's got positioning with that 8-bit turret, there's not a lot that you can really do. So we're just staying behind here, just slowly trickling our way down. And it's going to go into overtime. There's just no way I can see either team scoring in this situation. So again, I've really not fed wide here. I've been playing so passive. Maybe I should have just blocked off the left-hand side, just like Yoshi. So yeah, a bit of a misplay for me, small misplay, but not the end of the world at all. Yoshi playing it really well there. Does nearly manage to take down Tom. That was really clutch there. And again, yeah, just nothing really happening. It's so hard to commentate on this match because of the comps that we use. There's just nothing happening. This is so much different than the normal meta. And with balance changes, it's going to change. So happy to see, hopefully, a lot of balance changes coming soon. That switches up the meta. So going into OT here, it's kind of just down to who stays alive for the longest. As soon as one person goes down, you can really collapse on the enemy team. So again, KC just beaming Curse. He's honestly playing so good on this 8-bit. Probably the best I've seen him play on 8-bit, to be honest, is how good he was playing. So you can see here, I think Tom was calling out, but he's literally a shot away from his super. So I was trying my best to not allow YDE to get his super before Tom. So again, just a bit of chipping going our way here. not really much happening again. It's just everyone just playing so passive. This comp is just hilarious to see. It must have been so boring as a spectator to actually watch this. So 25 seconds left. Tom is going in aggro here. He's doing a really good job of trying to get super. So he gets super here, which, to be honest, he should have probably just waited until that Sprout wall actually went down, because that really messed him up. Literally a couple of shots made, well, kept Sprout alive, and then they're just able to punish us and collapse with seconds left. So literally a small mistake there. Tom played it so well, but just literally that Sprout wall just made it so Yoshi could stay alive, and then they collapsed on us. So we are going to lose the quarterfinals 2-0, but in a best of 3 against one of the best teams in the world. To be honest, in the moment I was a little bit upset, but after thinking about it, like, it's not much we can do in a sense, because we still played really well. And a best of 3, it's just don't really give us time to actually come back, whereas other teams, top teams, actually got easier bracket. No, I mean, I'm trying to say, like, I'm trying to excuse this a little bit. I'm sounding a bit salty, but at the same time, you get what I mean. We faced EXO. They're such an amazing team, so GG's to them. They also went out in the semi-final against Clash. So, I mean, they're looking really good. So that's going to be the end of today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.